Howdy folks, Laxo here, and today we are going to be getting into the characters. If you guys remember yesterday's video, or I'm sorry, a couple days ago video, I talked about Omni Shards and how long it takes to save up Omni Shards. So I think at latest, we should be getting enough to 5-star units once every 2 months. That is the absolute latest. Free-to-play, paying player, 2 months. If you don't have at least 250 to 300 shards in 2 months, there's a problem. But let's talk about characters here. So if we swap over here to my scene 2 here real quick, we have the Bleach Immortal Soul Science page. Let's go ahead and check out the timeline here. So we're going to be talking about units here. So we have a couple options. And the option 1 is we can always try and 5-star characters as soon as possible. Option 2 is we can get the units that we want. Actually, let's swap back over to my game real quick here. Right here. If we look here, what I did was the very first character I got to 5-star right here was Soifon, because Soifon came out when I started playing, and she's a very, very important character. And to be honest, I don't really regret it too much. She is fantastic. But the problem is I missed out on a lot of other units. And again, it's not bad. We have options because we have so many good event characters that we can get early game that will just absolutely wreck everybody and everything. So we have options. We can try and get Soifon. I think 5-star is where you want her. You could try and get 4-star Gain. You could try and get 4-star Orihime. You can try and get 5-star Aizen. There are a bunch of characters we can get to 4 and 5-star. But what we're going to be taking a look at, focusing at, is these characters right here. So you can push resources into those characters, but the problem is you will be lacking resources on this timeline. So let's start the timeline here. First character, we have Shunsui. He's not bad. Who am I kidding? Yes, he is. He's only good in 1v1. I wouldn't really use him other than that. No people are going to be like, I want to get him ASAP, but you can pass. He's not that great. Pass on Shunsui, get him to 2-star if you want the initiative. You can pass, though, because we get a soul box about 2 months in. So next character, Yamamoto. He is actually pretty solid. We would like to get him to 2-star. We don't have to get him to 5-star because he doesn't do too much damage. So 2-star, we only need him for his rage attack. Put War Soul Shattering on him, and maybe Chad's War Soul too, and you're good to go. Next up, we have Ichigo. Ichigo's good, but unfortunately, it just doesn't do enough damage, especially late game. And you don't really want to put too many resources into characters early. So 2-star for initiative. Same with Toshido here. 2-star. You can get him for some CC. 2-star. Don't really want to push it past that. Soul box. Skip the soul box. Just make sure you can get like 6 to 10 pulls on the soul box, and you're good there. Next up, we have our first decent character, Okiura. We can actually pass on him too. If you really, really, really want to get him, and you have Soifon at 5, and you really want to push an arena, then yeah, you can get him to 4-star. We don't need him past that. If you want to use him in Kenpachi contests, give him to 5-star or 6-star. But really, honestly, you could pass on him. It's no biggie. We don't need him yet. Next up, all right, so this is where we hit the 2-month mark. We should have at least enough Omnis here to 5-star unit. And this is the first unit we want to 5-star. Nell, she's amazing. 5-star her, and then move on. But make sure when you 5-star her, try and have at least 100 or 150 extra Omnis left over. Because it's not going to be too long before we get another one. But this isn't him. Alright, we're going to pass here. Next up, Soul Box. Once again, 6 to 10 pulls. Just get 10 weapon shards of your choice and move on. Next up, we have Okiura. Okiura is really, really good. He is the first... Actually, second, I apologize. Yeah, second Soul Hall unit that we really want to use. So you need to get him to 5-star if you can. If you might be a little tight on resources because you'll be running into events and all stuff. So understandably, if you can get him to 5-star, he's one you want a 5-star. Next up, Grim. Honestly, pass on him. Don't need him. 2-star. Soulbox here. This right here on my free-to-play account, this is where I did two things. As you can see, I passed on all these units. So the very first unit I invested into right here was Nell, right here, and Ulquiorra. I went to what? I went to 15k Jades in here, and I got a weapon, and I got enough Omnis to, or enough shards to level up a character a little bit. I put the weapon into Nell. Nell was already at 4-star, so I got her weapon, and I got enough shards to get a 4-star Ulquiorra. If we can swap back here real quick to my BLEACH Immortal Souls game. If we scroll down here, we will see Ulquiorra. This is where I got Ulquiorra 4-star, and I got Nell. This is where I got her weapon. And I put some resources into her as well. That's where I got that. But moving on here. Next up, we have Ichigo. Ichigo's not bad. He's 6v6. He's not good, not terrible. Honestly, you can pass on him if you want. If you really want to go into 1v1, then you can 5-star him, 6-star him, 7-star him. He is the best character in 1v1 in my opinion. Next up, honestly, you can skip him, no biggie. Next up, Soulbox. If you really want to go get Ulquiorra Soulbox, you can. No biggie. Next up, Halibel. Honestly, you could pass on her too. She's not great. If you really want to get her to 4-star because you really like her, her 4-star is not bad. Next up, Baragon. Baragon's not bad for a Soul Hall. I would personally pass on him because you don't necessarily need him. You can get him as a Soul Hall. He works pretty good in World Championship, but you can pass on him. Next up, Soulbox. Once again, 6 to 10 pulls on the Soulbox. Try and do that every Soulbox. Next up, so Tensa Zangetsu. I have a love-hate relationship with this guy because he does decent damage, but not enough for me to really want to invest and use him because there are so many other better units. So I pass on Tensa Zangetsu. However, the next unit, Stark. Stark's not bad. On my main account, I got Stark to 5-star because I really liked him. But I passed everywhere else. Everyone went really hard at Tensa Zangetsu, and I passed on him. And I'm glad I did because he's really not that good. Next up, Soulbox. Honestly, this is kind of a really poopy Soulbox. Not very good at all. No good. But 6 to 10 pulls if you want. Alright, now we're getting into our good characters. So at this point in time, if you didn't notice, I said skip, 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 and then 2 optionals right here, and everyone else was skip. The reason why is going into this part right here, about day 300 is when you want to have at least 300, 500, 600, as many Omnis as you can get, because we're going to be 5-star in some units. We have an option here. We can skip Aizen. I personally skipped him on my free-to-play account. You can skip him. But he is probably the best tanky character in the game we get this early. Early day 300. So you can get him. He's pretty solid. Next up is we have... Oh, I will actually go over why later we're skipping him. But I skipped him. I'll tell you why later. Next up, Yoruichi. So we have an option here. We can either 5-star Yoruichi or we can 5-star Ichigo. Most people are going to be like, well, Ichigo, obviously. Because everybody loves Ichigo. But here's my argument for why I say Yoruichi. Yoruichi will help us in not World Championship. She will a little bit. She'll help us in Squad Boss a lot. She is the only reason that I am able to get an easy 200 million, 300 million, 400 million in Squad Boss. And everyone else slack. Matter of fact, here. Let's pop back over to this. Let's go ahead and pop back over here real quick, and I'll show you guys. Actually, the day just rolled over, so I don't think we're able to see anything here. Oh, perfect. Okay. So this is another free-to-play account. And he does around, 40, 50, 60, 80 million squad boss damage every time. I auto for about 300. The reason why he gets 80 and I get 300 is because Yoruichi. She is an absolute monster when it comes to squad boss. You can just toss her in there, auto, and you'll be fine. However, I also have Nini, and Nini is very important as well. But you have an option. If you want to do 6v6, get Ichigo. If you want to do 1v1 in squad boss, get Yoruichi. Choice is yours. Next up, Soul Block, 6 to 10 pulls. Now we have Ichigo. If you have enough to 5-star him, 5-star him, 6-star him, 7-star him. My very first video I ever made on YouTube was actually Ichigo. Fun fact. Day 355 was the first day I ever made a YouTube video in my life. I released. Next up, we have Aizen. Aizen's pretty good. He does some really good front row damage, and we don't really have super great tanky units at this point, so you can get him. He will wreck the enemy front row. 5-star him if you want. I passed on him. Next up, we have Soul Box. Once again, 6 to 10. If you need a weapon and you like Stark, get Stark. Grimjow's Grimjow. Next up, another 5-star unit. This is a unit I 5-starred. Sodeno. She is amazing. The best tank in the game, and you probably won't regret it. So get her if you can. 5-star if you can, 6-star if you can. Definitely not a 7-star. Next up, we have 2 back-to-back soul boxes, 6 to 10 pulls, 6 to 10 pulls. If you want to go a little harder on this, spend 15k, maybe get Ichigo's weapon, get Aizen's weapon, that's fine. Next up, by the way, ignore this. This is not where super strength training starts. This is not where super strength training starts. Next up, Kazishini. He's not bad. 1v1, he's amazing. 6v6, he's not bad either. But he just one-shots the unit and he's dead after that. So 1v1, he's amazing. And yeah, that's that. I passed on him. Didn't want him. Soulbox, once again, actually, you can get Ichigo's weapon if you don't have it here. Not bad. This is actually where I got Ichigo's weapon here. I got Ichigo's weapon at this point. Next up, we have Hinako. Hinako, she's a 5-star for me. I love her. She does some healing reduction, a little bit of CC, a little bit of sustain. She's not bad. Overall, great unit. I got her to 5-star. Good on 6v6. Get her to 5-star. But this is where it kind of stops, like right here at Sodeno. But yeah, this is the reason why over here I said make sure you have a lot of Omnis at this point, because once again you see 5-star, 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 5-star. Just a whole bunch of units you want a 5-star in a row. So if you can have, I'd say at least like 600 if you can. 600 Omnis might get you enough to 5-star a bunch of these units, but that's just my opinion. Next up, honestly, I passed on Ozukimaru. Not my favorite. A lot of people really like him for 1v1, so he's optional. I don't like him. I passed on him. Instead, I went... Oh, by the way, another soul box. If you want to get weapons here, feel free. 6 to 10 pulls. I actually went on here because I wanted a little bit of CC, and I had quite a few Omnis left over. So I went here and I got him to 5-star. Not mandatory though. You could pass on him. No big deal. Next up, Soul Box. If you want to get a weapon, go for it. But personally, just pass. Next up, I went 5-star here. Cotton, I went 5-star on her. She's amazing. And the reason why I went 5-star on her is because I passed on Aizen. You have an option. You either get Aizen or you get Cotton. You decide. I went hard onto Cotton and I skipped Aizen. Next up here, Soul Box. Same as usual, 6-10 pulls. Next up, Muramasa. So, here, he is a back row attacker, does a ton of damage, but he is optional. I like him a lot. I still rank him as one of the best characters in the game, in my opinion, so I'm going to get him to 5-star when he comes out. And, yeah, that's that. Next up, Soul Box. This is bad Soul Box. Do whatever you want. I think Sogyo is an easy 5-star. You don't have to get him at 5-star. You can get him at 4-star. That's no biggie. But I think 5-star is pretty important. You want him. Soul Box. Once again, 6 to 10 pulls. Decent Soul Box. You can get a weapon here if you want. No biggie. Next up, Senbone Zakura. He's decent. Actually, shoot. I think right here, I should have probably threw this out there. I think right here is where the super strength training actually starts. I think it's right here. I can't confirm because I'm only right here, but I think right here is where super strength training starts. I hope it does at least. And at super strength training is where you want to at least 3-star units. So you're going to need a couple extra Omnis to do that. You're going to need, I think, 40. Is it 40 on? You want a 3-star unit, so 40 Omnis I think is what you need at least. So, yeah. 3-star all the units from here all the way down for the rest of the game, which is here. All these units here, at least 3-star them. Next up, this. So we have options here. Actually, here, let's swap accounts real quick. Actually, I'm not gonna swap accounts. Honestly, he's really good. Ashisoga Jizo, he's pretty good. I passed up on him on my main account, or on my main account. I passed up on him. But on my free-to-play account, I'm going to get him because he's a pretty good damage dealer. So once again, we want to 5-star him if we can. But he's the last good unit we get in the game for banner. So 5-star him if you can. That's if you're still playing around about 2 years into the game. And then we get 2 soul boxes in a row. Honestly, both are really good soul boxes. So if you do want to go pretty hard on these soul boxes... Oh, shoot. I actually skipped this right here. I do apologize. This is what I was talking about earlier. What we want to do is we want to get one of these characters to 5-star or 6-star, and then have the other unit not so hot because we get double shard drops from this soul box. So instead of 4 shards every times 10 pull, you get 8 shards times 10 pull. I personally, if we want to swap back over here to my game, if we want to swap back over here, you will see that I have about 70k saved up here, and I don't plan on using any more of these until, actually we're gonna get an event here soon, and then I'm going to spend 45k on that soul box. So swapping back over here. What I plan on doing is I plan on getting Aizen to minimum 4-star, hopefully 5-star, and I'm going to get Cotton's weapon to purple. The reason why I want to do 45 is because with 45k Jades, we can get 3 weapons. I'm going to get 1 for Eisen. I'm going to get 2 for Cotton. And we're going to call it good there. So yes, this is where you want to save up a lot of Jades for. This is the one big soul box you want to go all out for. Unfortunately, I'm going to be getting this soul box on Christmas event, I believe. So it's going to hurt because I'm going to need at least, or because I can't double dip on the Jade rebate. So this soul box is going to hurt, unfortunately, on my free-to-play account. No biggie. I'm going to try and have at least 75, 80k when this soul box comes out. Next up, as I said, Ashisoku Jizo. 5-star him. He's the last really good unit we want a 5-star. If you have enough to 6-star him, 6-star him. Yes, absolutely 6-star him. Because, again, he's the last good unit. So if we can get a free purple weapon, good. And last but not least, Koga. I love Koga, man. Why did they have to make him so bad in this game, dude? Honestly, he's one of my favorite characters in Bleach, period. I love him, but unfortunately, he sucks in this game. Straight up, he sucks. He does 0 damage. He is extremely squishy, and his kit does nothing for the team. The only saving grace is a soul haul. And funny thing, when he first released, he didn't have a soul haul. He was soul haulless. And I think Niantic, it's Niantic is a Pokemon Go. Oasis was just like, oh shoot, yeah, Koga is really garbage. We got to do something for him. So then they gave him the soul haul. After like a week or 2 after release, they're like, oh shoot, he sucks. We need to do something for him. So they gave him a soul haul. I went 6-star on Koga, which is a major bummer, dude. But once again, get him to 3-star minimum, get your free resources, and call it there. From here on out, well, welcome to I don't know. Insert funny line here, I guess. This is where the game ends. If you've made it this far, if you've made it 2 years into the game, congrats. You did it. You beat Bleach. Immortal Souls. Yeah, I don't know. The game was just put in limbo at this point. They didn't want to put any more money into the game because I guess they were just done with it. Which is funny because Bleach is such a hot title. You know, if you can get Bleach and you could sell it and you have the license, oh my gosh, you are sitting on a gold mine. Because trust me, us Bleach fans have been starved for material for years and years and years and years. So the very first moment we get to spend money on it, we're just gonna be like, yeah. And they deserted the game at this point, which kind of sucks. Like, as we can see, if we just scroll down here, look at this. Oh, look at this. Ulquiorra. Like, come on, guys. They just spammed us with the exact same soul boxes over and over and over. Like, look at this. They didn't even try. Not even trying. Within about 100 days, they released the exact same one. Dude. Yeah. It hurts being a Bleach content creator at that point, but that's all I got. 24 minutes into the video. I want this video to be like 10 minutes tops. But that's all I got, guys. Look forward to the next video here coming out probably next couple days. I'm going to be trying to tie in this video with that video as well. It's going to be my free-to-play tips, so stay tuned for that one. Should be coming out here pretty soon. And yeah, if you want to join the Discord, link will be in the description. Catch you on the next one. Peace. Peace.